Let's be honest. The most dangerous part of attraction is a rejection. It's misreading a moment that was quietly inviting you to step forward and walking away instead. You felt it before. That tension in the air you couldn't explain. A look that lingered just a second too long. And instead of trusting it, you told yourself, it's probably nothing. But what if that nothing was actually everything? Women rarely express desire in loud, obvious ways. Not because it isn't there, but because it's layered with subtlety, curiosity, instinct, and sometimes fear. When a woman truly wants you, she doesn't chase you openly. She creates quiet opportunities. The first sign isn't in what she says, but in what she allows. A woman who isn't interested guards her time, energy, and attention carefully. But when she's drawn to you, those boundaries don't disappear. They shift. She starts making space for you in ways others don't get. Conversations begin to stretch longer than they need to. Small interactions turn into extended moments, not because she has to stay, but because she wants to. Most men look for obvious effort, texts, compliments, clear initiation, but real desire often shows up as quiet availability. She becomes free for you in ways that don't always make logical sense. Busy, but suddenly available. Distracted, but fully present when you speak. That's not coincidence. It's intention expressed subtly. At the same time, something deeper is happening. When she starts leaning toward you emotionally, she tests that feeling carefully. She shares something slightly personal. Not everything, just enough to see how you respond. She watches. Are you dismissive, awkward, or calm and grounded? Because attraction for her isn't just about chemistry. It's about emotional safety. When she feels that safety, her energy softens, her tone changes, her body language opens naturally. She stops performing and starts responding. Most men miss this moment because they're too focused on impressing her, trying to say the right thing, trying to prove themselves. In doing that, they overlook the fact that she's already leaning toward them. You don't need to force attraction that already exists. You just need to recognize it. Hesitation often costs more than rejection. When you overthink or fail to step into the space she creates, she doesn't react dramatically. She simply pulls back, not because she lost interest, but because you didn't meet her halfway. That's the moment that turns into regret later. The what if you replay in your mind. Another confusing sign is when her behavior doesn't feel easy. She might challenge you, disagree with you, or tease you in a way that feels slightly sharp. Most men misread this as disinterest. But when a woman is truly attracted, she's not just trying to get you. She's trying to understand you. She wants to feel your strength without you announcing it. So she creates small moments of tension, not to push you away, but to see how you handle it. Do you stay calm, grounded, and composed? Or do you become defensive or overly agreeable? These moments aren't obstacles. They're tests of stability. She's not looking for perfection. She's looking for composure. When you handle these moments well, her respect deepens, her curiosity grows, and her attraction becomes more real. Sometimes her behavior feels inconsistent. One day she's warm and engaged. The next she seems distant. It feels like mixed signals, but it's not randomness. It's internal conflict. When a woman starts to feel real attraction, part of her wants closeness, while another part tries to protect her independence. So she moves back and forth. With men she doesn't care about, she's predictable and neutral. But with you, there's variation, and that variation signals emotional investment. Most men panic in this phase and start chasing the warm version of her, but that only pushes her further away. The more stable you remain, the more you stand out. Consistency in your behavior creates curiosity and respect in her mind. She also begins to notice things about you, small details others miss. She remembers things you said days ago, brings up past conversations, and asks questions that seem oddly specific. This isn't just friendliness. It's attention. When a woman is indifferent, she doesn't track you like that. But when she's attracted, you become part of her internal world. She finds subtle reasons to interact with you, to keep your presence active in her day. And if you're not paying attention, you might mistake it for casual behavior. But repetition reveals interest. The mistake most men make here is underreacting. They fail to realize that consistent attention, without obvious need, is still intentional. As attraction builds, she starts giving you small forms of permission. Conversations become deeper. Pauses feel comfortable. She shares parts of herself she doesn't share with everyone. This vulnerability isn't random, it's selective. And in these moments, she doesn't need you to impress her. She needs you to be present. She's testing whether you can hold emotional space without trying to control it. If you can, she begins to associate you with safety, and her guard lowers naturally. But if you rush or push too fast, she withdraws quietly. Another powerful sign appears when your attention shifts. If she's not interested, your absence changes nothing. But if she's invested, even slightly, she notices. Not dramatically, but subtly, she becomes more aware, sometimes adjusts her behavior, and may re-engage in small ways. This isn't a game. It's a natural response to emotional distance. But many men misuse this, either pulling away too much or expecting her to chase. Real attraction isn't built on control. It's built on rhythm, connection, space, and return. That balance creates emotional weight. In the end, the truth is simple. Women do show interest, but not in ways that scream. They whisper it through behavior, energy, and subtle shifts. The question isn't whether the signs are there. The question is whether you're paying enough attention to notice them.